what are they called? The giant jets that come out of the center of galaxies and quasars and all this other stuff. You can't get any of that stuff unless you have a giant star that collapses in on itself, forming a singularity. You can't get any of that stuff in a gravity-centric model without that stuff. It's just like the model for the sun, right? The model for the sun is that the sun is a fusion bomb that's just constantly going off, right? That's what powers it, is fusion power. But that's not an evidence. That's not an evidence at all, because every piece of evidence points to the fact that the sun's atmosphere is hotter than the surface, and that the surface is hotter than what's under the surface. That's why sunspots look black, is because they're cooler. And the sun being a giant nuclear furnace doesn't really meld well with that. And not only that, the model is like almost 100 years old at this point. So yeah. Yeah, the black hole images themselves, like I said, they took a picture. They definitely took a picture of something. I'm not gonna say they didn't. And it's a composite image of something. But whether it's a black hole or not, I have no idea. I can't say that. I can't say it's a black hole because I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know at all. Yeah, we got a harpy down here, so we're gonna. I think we're gonna go right here. We're not gonna open this door. We're gonna get this fatty right here, and then we're gonna grab that. And then I think we're gonna go. We're not gonna open this door because that's got like a million elites in it.
Bullseye.
But yeah, so the sun's atmosphere is extremely.
Let's go.
The sun's atmosphere is much hotter than the surface. The surface is much hotter than what's under the surface. Whoa, 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 no, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? What did she do? Oh no, I'm trapped. Oh no. Are you for real?
Come on.
Can I not get out? I can't get out. I can't get out. No.
Yes?
No. Oh god, I'm trapped.
Gotcha. For the Empire. Wonderful. All right.
God darn it.
For the humans.
Are you serious, man?
Die.
Yes! Oh my god. Ooh.
What is this?
Ooh.
All right.
Man, that is crazy. So yeah, the
Barrier.
damn. Okay, so that sucks. That really sucks.
Perfect.
I need to find a med kit, and we need to find it. Meow.
Got it.
I have 6 HP. Man, that blows. So I didn't know you could get trapped in that.
That's easy.
Shows what I know, right? But yeah. So the real thing you got to remember is that a lot of the models for the universe are old. A lot of the understanding that we have of what modern cosmology talks about is almost 100 years old at this point.
Good.
The Big Bang is probably just a creation myth, in my opinion. But that, again, that is my opinion, and it's based on, you know, the fact that it is a very old model, and it's based on a gravity-centric one. And in fact, it requires this thing called inflation, to where the universe basically expanded faster than the speed of light near its beginning. The person who invented the inflation model now says that inflation is wrong.
2 weapons, double
Boom.
the fun.
So the guy who came up with inflation theory now says it's wrong, and
No fear.
so there's a lot of stuff, and a lot of the reason why modern
Attack.
science is in the state it's in is because of scientific journalism, not because of scientists necessarily
Got it,
themselves.
No
Because the
survivors.
journalists want to get those juicy clicks, like Discovery Channel and TLC did a lot
Rest
for
in
this,
peace.
right? Because basically, instead of being like, oh, this theory about how stars work, this theory about how black holes work, instead of saying stuff like that and actually qualifying it properly and explaining to people that this stuff is not true per se, it's as true as we understand it, it's as true as we know, they actually spout it off as if it were fact, as if we know for 100% fact that the Big Bang happened, that stars are nuclear furnaces, where nuclear reactions, nuclear fusion is taking place in the core, that black holes are real. All these things were basically wrote as if they were handed down from on high.
Roger that.
And that's not how it works. So a lot of it has to do with scientific journalism being the way it is. And a lot of scientists looking for, you know, the spotlight, as it were. They want to be Carl Sagan, essentially.
Let's go.
Because if evidence if evidence disproves your theory, then you're supposed to throw your theory away and do it again. But that's not what happens. That's not what that never happens. And it's just like Wall Thorn here of the electric universe. If eventually we find definitive proof that the electric universe is not real, then he probably still won't give it up, because he's invested so much into it and he's so biased that it's not gonna work. Although I will say that he has made some really awesome predictions about the universe. So, like when Shoemaker Levy hit Jupiter, he knew exactly what was going to happen. He predicted that it was going to explode in the atmosphere and leave giant pits. And the other scientists just thought they would just enter the clouds and just disappear. Nothing would happen. But it's because the comet that hit it was electrically charged. Because it was an electrically charged body moving through a voltage differential of the solar system created by the sun. So when it smacked into the giant electrical field of Jupiter, it exploded in a giant lightning storm. Each piece did that. And so it's pretty cool. So it's very predictive. Just like Saturn has a hexagon at its north and south poles. There's literally a hexagon of clouds at Saturn's north and south poles, and this is created by what's known as Birkeland currents and double layered electrical current going into Saturn from the sun. And Birkeland currents were theorized over 100 years ago by a man named Birkeland, and even NASA confirms that Birkeland currents are real. They don't call them Birkeland currents; they call them electrical ropes, but. What's up with that hexagon? It's because of what's known as a double layering. So in plasma physics, when you have a current-carrying conductor, when you have current moving through plasma, it tends to form in these double layers that rotate around one another. And the double layer on a massive scale forms into that shape. So hexagons are actually natural. Did you know that there are craters all over the solar system that are hexagons?
That's easy.
It's pretty cool, right? Craters. There are craters on the moons that look like hexagons. Not only that, did you know something that's very interesting?
No problem.
That most craters that are on like the moon and other planets in our solar system, modern scientific theory says that those were created by asteroid impacts or some other body smacking into them, right?
Understood.
But for you to create a crater like what most of the craters on the moon look like, the asteroids would have to strike the moon directly from an oblique angle, so smack directly into it, and almost no impacts strike directly on the surface of anything. So if it's very unlikely that an asteroid or a rocky body will slam into the moon directly, why does the moon covered in in impact craters that look like all of them were direct impacts? It's very odd. Very odd. Now, does that mean that it was created by giant electrical scarring? No, it doesn't. But it is quite odd, and it's something that we have no real answer for, and it's a lot of things that, like, these are questions that if you asked in like you asked your astronomy professor, they would just look at you like you had two heads.
I can do that.
It's quite funny.
Rest in peace.
And I know this because I've done that. But again, that's the thing, is it's like, oh god, okay, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Woo! No straight edges in nature is what people say. Well, they're technically not straight edges. It's a hexagon made of clouds. So, and the clouds are formed by electrical currents. So it's not a straight edge in and of itself because there's no edge.
Attack!
It's just it's a cloud formation. It's basically like the giant red spot.
For the humans. I love it.
Oh yeah, come on, girl, come on. Okay.
For the Empire.
I got 6 grenades, man. I could probably just go get the frickin' MacGuffin and get out of here. But I want all that juicy research, man. All the juicy research.
Double the fun. Let's go.
All right, so I think it's time for a smoothie break, y'all. All right, there we go.
Right.
I'm chilling on 6 HP, man. This got me on the edge of my seat, boy. On the edge of my seat.
Die.
And see, that's one of the things that I dislike about a lot of stuff like
For the humans.
like this, is that I don't claim to be right about anything. And that's one of the things as a person who tries to
Killing time.
base what I believe on fact and what the world is really like, we don't know, and we may never know. And that's one of the things we just have to realize, is that we are stupid apes doing basically the best we can. And so you have to admit that more than likely you're wrong. You're probably wrong. Yeah, I know, Danish. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I try to be humble. I try to be very humble about it, because humility is the only way you're really gonna get knowledge. Because it's like a Chinese proverb or something like that. It's hard to fill a cup when it's already full, right? So if you already think you know everything, then you're not gonna learn anything. And so the easiest way to come at anything is to basically admit you don't know anything, and then see where you can go from there. And see where you can go from there is always the best approach.
No survivors.
It's one of the reasons I like Isaac Arthur and his futurism channel, is because while a lot of the things are predicated upon theories that I don't put much stock in, a lot of it comes from a place of, we don't really know how this is going to work, but we can theorize as to how it does. And it's a very smart channel. I highly recommend if you like learning about how you can, mine black holes and learning about how humanity can move beyond post-scarcity society and all kinds of stuff like that. It is absolutely 100% something you should check out. Isaac Arthur on YouTube. Isaac spelled like Isaac Newton. You only know one thing in this, that I don't know anything. That is exactly it.
For the Empire.
That is exactly it. Who is that? Was that Aristotle or Plato? I can't remember which one of them said that.
I'm on it.
But some Greek dude said that, I'm pretty sure.
2 weapons, double the fun.
Oh god, oh god. Oh man, that's close.
For the Empire.
Come on. Come on, what are you doing, boy? Let's go. Let's go.
Eat my bullets. All right.
Oh, Well, and that's one of the things, dude. It's like I forget who it was. It was some philosopher. I forget who it was. It was in like the 17th or 18th century. It's like, if we had technology advanced enough, you would not be able to differentiate whether you were a brain plugged into a simulation, like the Matrix style, or if you were actually living in real reality. That's kind of freaky, right? So there's no way you'd be able to differentiate between the two if you didn't know. Yes, yes, medicine.
Attack!
Come on, where you at? Let's go. Let's go.
Gotcha. Killing time.
Oh god. Oh god. No. 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 Run away. Run away. Oh god. Oh god. I'm trapped. I'm trapped.
Not a problem.
Derived from Plato's account of the Greek philosopher Socrates. Socrates. I love Socrates, dude.
Attack.
All we are is dust in the wind, my friends. That's all we are. It's dust in the wind. I love that. If you didn't know, I love that movie. If you know what movie I'm talking about, you probably do if you read the rules in my chat. Be excellent to one another.
All right. Sounds good. No survivors.
So we should be able to take this out, no problem. I need that. I need this. I need this. Is there any zombies in here? No. Bling. Bling. Alright, now I hope to God there's another one in here somewhere. Oh yeah, this is all just slow zombies. Alright, let's do this.
Rest in peace.
Okay, this is getting out of hand. Let's do this. Try not to trap myself.
For the humans.
Gotta click. Can't click too fast.
Rest in pieces. Right away.
Wow, dude.
No fear. Killing time.
Come on, come on. I got this. I can click fast enough. Let's go. Come on, man. It keeps like she keeps stuttering like a moron. I don't know why.
Die.
I guess I'm going too fast. I think that's what it is.
That's easy.
And she keeps doing that. I keep accidentally clicking on the ground somehow.
Double the fun.
I don't know how that works when like the zombies are everywhere.
Take that.
Come on now. Come on. Come on. We don't need no nades. We don't need no nades. Dust in the Wind is a 1986 Taiwanese film. Okay, I think you went down the wrong way there, Danish. I think you went down the wrong hole there.
For the humans.
It involves cleaning pollution with the air guitar and a song called "God Gave Rock and Roll to You, Baby." And if I could sing, I'd sing it for you. You don't think so? Aww.
Double the fun. Great. Eat my bullets.
Yeah, I can't sing worth a damn, so I'm not gonna torture you with that.
Go.
We're not gonna torture you with that, my friends. Come on now, what are you doing?
Rest in pieces.
Damn zombies! Hey, Bobby,
For the
boy,
Empire.
go sit down. Go sit down.
Roger that.
Freaking Bobby can't never do nothing.
Of course. Killing
Station! Dude, I love that movie. I can't believe they're making a third one, man. It's gonna be. But unfortunately, it's probably just gonna be like every other thing from my childhood. It's gonna get ruined by corporate greed.
No survivors. I'm on it. Attack! Got it.
Corporate greed! Nade, he didn't have a hall pass? Didn't have a hall pass.
I'm on it.
You're right, he didn't have a hall pass.
Rest in pieces.
He needs to get in his damn phone booth. He's got to get back to what is it? San Dimas? Is that it? San Dimas? Do his history project? Damn it, Bobby.
Gotcha. Rest in
Stop it.
peace.
Alright, we're just gonna hold and let her go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. They are billions. And I'm always down to discuss science, scientism, futurism, and all that good stuff. I absolutely love it. It is my jam, being a super ultra mega nerd and all.
Die. 2 weapons, double the fun. For the
Come on,
Empire.
come on, zombies. What you got? Attack! I say attack! Goodness gracious.
Eat my bullets.
I love how the table's like messing up their ability to walk around. Oh yeah, come on. Come on.
Time.
Mistakes were made, but I think we're making up for them pretty well.
Attack!
Attack! I
It's a
say
breeze.
attack! Come on, girl.
Bullseye.
Come on, you got this.
Taste my lead. No survivors.
You know, I will say this. I have been watching a few other low-level streamers. I say low-level as like myself, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, small channels, I should say. Low-level. No. Small channels. And one of the things I noticed is that do I talk too much? Is that a thing? Because a lot of other streamers don't seem to talk nearly as much as I do. I'm constantly just babbling my head off because I sound like a moron. But I think that's like the point, right? Isn't that right? You have 3 magnetic rings spinning opposite of each other. How does that affect the magnetic field inside the rings? If you have 3 magnetic rings spinning opposites of each other, it will create, I believe it creates a null magnetic field inside that will basically counteract gravity. But it depends on the strength of the magnetic fields and the polarity. I believe that's how it works. Not sure.
Idea, sir.
Unfortunately, magnetism was never my best one. But when you say magnetic
Piece of cake.
tripolar effect, I'm not sure the question was formed. I don't know. That's the thing. Let me think about this. You say 3 magnetic rings. Are you talking like magnets formed into rings, and they're each different sizes, fit inside one another, and then spin?
Gotcha.
Because I'm not sure what that would do. But if you're talking about current conductors having electricity flown through them and then spinning those and to create a magnetic field, then you would create a null effect in the middle of the field. In fact, you only need 2 of those magnetic fields to do that. You just have to spin them at the proper speeds just to cancel out the effects. Now, 3 of them, if spun at the wrong speed, will actually, it could create a magnetic field that could blow the whole thing apart. Like, boom, blow apart.
Roger that.
But basically, because of the competing magnetic fields, they'll essentially push against one another. But magnetism is like a million times stronger than gravity.
Sure.
So yeah, it could explode. Could, maybe, depending on how you do it. But there's a lot of other factors in that as well. But how they created the anti-gravity machine at Caltech was they did pretty much what you were describing. Is they took three or four rings. Nade!
Not a problem. Rest in pieces.
And spun them around each other, and then they got a little chamber in the middle. And they were able to levitate several objects, including living things like spiders and stuff, things that are not actually magnetic in nature, or not metallic in nature. I guess I should say. Stuff that you wouldn't think you could levitate with magnetism, like living creatures. But we're all magnetic. We're all magnetic. We're all electrical in nature, because every single one of us. The reason we are able to grab things and not push through other matter is because the electrons that are on the outer valence of all of our atoms are pushing against the outer valence electrons of every other atom that we're every other objects. Okay, our outer valence electrons are pushing against the outer valence electrons of every object that we try to touch. That's why you can't pass through walls and things like that. If we ever figure out how to, negate that effect, we'll be able to pass straight through matter, solid matter, with no problem. Straight up like Stargate.
Taste my lead.
Like Stargate, my friends.
Sure.
Magnetic fields rub against one another is what happens. I mean, magnetic fields don't tend to rub against one another. They tend to twist each other in knots.
Let's go.
That's one of those things you learn when you try to learn about electrical generation. Is that if you configure an electric generator in the wrong way so that they rub against one another, you'll probably make it explode. I mean, it's fun, plasma balls and all and whatnot, but it's also extremely freaking dangerous.
Yes.
Come on, open the door. Run! Run, 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 run.
Understood.
For the Empire, what are you talking about, girl? What you talking about?
2 weapons.
For the Emperor!
For fun. Come on.
Damn it, Bobby.
No fear.
But to answer your question accurately, I would need a lot more information, because any system like that can have multiple variables that change how it works. Like one of the coolest things I think I've seen is you Google the Sapphire Project. Sapphire like the rock. And what they're doing is they're trying to prove, or let me rephrase that, they're trying to get evidence, I guess I should say, that the sun is indeed electrical in nature. And they've done some seriously good work on it. And what they've done is they're doing what basically Mr. Birkeland did, the guy who came up with the theory of Birkeland currents. And they're creating plasma. They're basically plasma scientists, and they are legitimate scientists too. And the Sapphire Project is their research project, and it's basically like a 10 million volt thingamajigger that basically creates. Yes, I said thingamajigger. That creates giant magnetic fields inside their little vacuum test chamber. We're talking tens of millions of degrees, dude. It's freaking crazy. But anyway, what they've done is that they've created, they've simulated the tufts on the sun. When you look in sunspots, you see these little tufts, right, that are coming outward from the center that lead into the blackness.
Yes.
And they've recreated those in their little project just using plasma balls. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to gain evidence to show that the sun is literally just a giant electrical plasma effect, and that how it reacts to different stimuli can be predicted inside the lab, and you don't need these complex models and computer models to do all this. You can literally do it physically in the lab, and that's one of the reasons why the Electric Universe got my attention in the first place, is because it's practical physics. It's not like there is this, for some reason, and I think Einstein had a lot to do with this, there's this thing where everybody thinks that physicists should be doing equations on a wall and on a chalkboard and doing math and stuff. That's not physics, that's math. And so because of that, yeah, let's go ahead and use one. Go ahead and use one. And so there's this misconception. For some reason, they've just gotten away from doing a lot of lab tests that you should otherwise be able to do, and going on computer models now instead of like that. And the problem with computer models is that if your model itself is garbage, then you're not going to get anything out of it. Uh-oh. There's a harpy in here. There is a harpy in here. I'm not sure if there's anything in here I want, so I'm just going to leave that be. I shouldn't have opened that door. I don't think there's any research or anything in there. Let's go ahead and get the, okay. We don't need to kill those zombies, so we're not going to. I'm going to go back up in here. Yeah, so she should run that way, and we're going to go open that door over there. But one of the things that scientists have really gotten away from in the last 50 to 100 years is doing practical in-lab experiments, and instead use computer models and things like that. But the problem with modeling is that it's a problem called garbage in, garbage out. It's one of the things that people say against a lot of different computer models, is because if you don't understand how a system actually works, then your model is not going to accurately predict it, no matter what your model says. Right? So your model, I mean, you could make a model of galaxy formation and put dark matter in it, and it could form a galaxy. And it looks like a spiral galaxy. But if you don't actually understand how the real universe works, then your model could still be wrong. Even though it accurately will make a spiral galaxy, it still doesn't work. And in fact, dark matter is probably going to be something that's going to go bye-bye here in the next few years, because basically it's been... Oh, I forgot about this. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. And we go... bling. Hold. And...
Right away.
Boom! Boom!
Okie dokie.
I think I'm gonna run from these.
Yes.
Yeah. We're running here. We're running. And we should get one more. Bing, there it is. Yeah, this is doable.
Away.
I don't want to get rid of all my grenades because I still want to go over there and get that thing. I don't.
Weapons, double the fun.
Because the thing about it is I don't know if there's anything in here I need. I know I'm going to miss out on some Empire points, but I don't really care about that. I want to get all the research.
Taste my lead.
I want all that juicy research. We need it all, boys. We need it all. Oh God. Oh God. Shoot her! Shoot her! But yeah, they've gotten out of practically doing experiments in the lab, and I think that's one of the reasons why physics has gone down this, and astrophysics has gone down this crazy path of, you know, black holes and gravity or everything, is because they literally don't. All they do is thought experiments. And funnily enough, here's something you might not know. So you know how Einstein's theory of relativity was proven? If you don't know, it was I believe what happened was that a bunch of dudes went to Austria to take a picture of the sun. And why would they do this? Well, they did this so that they could see, because they were taking a picture. Oh God, run away! They were taking a picture of the sun during a solar eclipse, and what they wanted to see is if they could see a certain star. I forget what the name of the star was, that was supposed to be behind the sun. So if you have an Earth-Sun model, you know, and you have the Earth and the Sun lined up, the star that they were looking for is directly on the other side of the sun.
Gotcha.
And they were able to see this star during a solar eclipse. And the reason they said they were able to see it is due to Einstein's theory that space and time curve in the presence of gravity.
Roger that.
So if you have a giant, massive object like a star, it will bend space-time around it, creating the gravitational effect. The rubber sheet effect, as it were, that we've all come to know and love, right? Well, there may be a problem with that. And that might be the fact that plasma is a gas. Well, let me rephrase that. Plasma can refract things.
No fear.
And so what that means is that you could probably get the same effect as gravity bending light from around a star, just because plasma is refractive. It can refract things like lenses can.
Great.
So the plasma atmosphere of the sun may have bent the light around the star rather than gravity doing it.
Child's play.
So gravitational lensing might not actually be a thing, and it might be plasma lensing instead. And if that's the case, then the last century of physics and astronomy and all this stuff is just done. Absolutely done. Especially when you contend with the mounting evidence that redshift is not an accurate representation of distance away from